I think we're live. I think it's happened, and you can hear a little bit of background music because I am already in the game, so I have it going so we can get going. Welcome back if you are watching this at any point in your life. The objective here is to walk through the Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, and I do it, I swear I'm not an insomniac, I just do it because, you know, seems like seems like the right time to do it. It also takes so long for me to get all this stuff set up, but anyway, I enjoy it, so, and happy to share with you. Also, the thing that makes this strange, weird, hopefully delightful to some, is that, you know, I talk something that's happening as we speak. And right now, we just saw, just days ago, President Biden signed that debt deal with Republicans to allegedly cut spending. But does it, in fact, cut spending? That's the question, and I think the answer is likely not. So a place I like to always refer when I'm trying to decide whether or not something that Congress has done, and then that if that measure's been signed by the president and is now being enacted into law, I want to know what the Congressional Budget Office has to say about it, because it is the nonpartisan entity allegedly working on our behalf to neutrally evaluate what's happening, especially when it comes to the money that we're spending. So I'm going to take that perspective that they are indeed working on our behalf and their evaluation of where things stand. If you saw anything that I posted on social media about this, we are looking at $50 trillion in debt over the next decade. $50 trillion, you heard that right. And the $31.4 trillion debt ceiling has actually not been increased, it's just been suspended until 2025. I said that in previous videos. Well, that deal was made after a lot of haggling between Democrats and Republicans, allegedly over the amount of money that we've been spending. The problem with that is the $1.3 trillion we're supposed to save over the course of 10 years, which isn't that much as a percentage of $50 trillion, our projected debt, but that $1.3 trillion we're supposed to save is surpassed by the $1.4 trillion that we will basically pay in interest payments. So that means the savings are entirely erased. Anyway, I'm going to get into the game. I'm going to try to keep my intros to like 3 minutes. I see I've been streaming for like 2 minutes. And I meant to have that on full, but that's okay. I'm trying to think of something else that I want to impart to you before I move on to the game, because I got like 15 more seconds. That's my, my promise to y'all when you watch this, whenever that is. I'm also going to run through a couple of the numbers just from a fiscal year that we know about, which is 2022. And that's a really interesting change or moment of change in our history, because we went from spending like $4.1 trillion, $4.75 trillion. I mean, I'm just kind of going off the top of my head. The ballpark figure of what our budget was annually from like 2017, 16, 17, 18. And then all of a sudden we get to 2020. And because of COVID, now we're spending close to $7 trillion. Now, a lot of that was supposed to be rescue money, but as I've discussed in previous videos, it wasn't necessarily rescue money, because some of it has come to the rescue of putting Wi-Fi in parks. That project wasn't only for Wi-Fi in parks, but $30 million for that in a local municipality. I covered that story. I am not against Wi-Fi in parks. I just think a local municipality should probably decide about that, whether they want to spend their taxes, not federal money, that's supposed to be for keeping nurses alive during a pandemic by giving them proper PPE. The same could be said for a story I covered not that long ago, helping businesses in one of the richest counties in the nation here in Metro Detroit get access to 3D printers. Now, again, I think it's a completely reasonable goal to change manufacturing over to newer technologies that are much more efficient and easier to turn, easier to plan. Makes so much sense, better for the environment, more energy efficient, all these things. All of that makes so much sense. I'm for it. I'm down. Sign me up. But isn't that something that the residents of that particular county or municipality should be voting on, and then deciding whether or not they want to spend their hard-earned tax money towards that? Instead of using rescue money, ARPA money, again, meant to build ventilators for people who were experiencing COVID. All right, I spent a little bit more time than I wanted to on that. But we're going to transition now to the game and do a little legend play, and then I'm just going to pepper in some of these details. I realize I'm just kind of like playing and talking, which I enjoy, but I don't know if that's something that the algorithm likes. And you know, my secret goal is to get to like 50 million people who are part of this gaming community. Because wouldn't that be fun? And not just gaming, but, you know, just like talking. Just like embracing our dilettante lives of enjoying a variety of things. Like some of the things we discussed: Bitcoin, health, semaglutide, and other GLP-1 agonists. I mean, stuff like that. You know, that'd be really cool. I'm looking over here because I'm running around in the game. All right, I'm going to take this and do a little transition there. So you should see me in the lower portion of the screen. All right, so if you didn't join us for the last, which I encourage you to go back for part 5. I mistakenly thought we were on part 7, but we're actually in part 6 now. We're at the Sinakawak Shrine, and I actually backed this up a little. I'm trying to play this concurrently. I'm just traveling back to it so I can kind of start again. I'm trying to play it concurrently, meaning that I don't do any play if I'm not streaming, which is kind of hard to do. So I did sneak in a tiny little bit, but we're at the same point. Nothing substantial has happened. I think I like moved a couple of, in full transparency, I think I moved a couple of Korok seeds. Marked a couple of shrines, that kind of thing. Just running around for fun without the setup and the lights. And oh, I also got a new setup here. I don't know if y'all can tell. We moved to a different room. Gosh, I hope people can hear me. I guess we'll find out. But we moved to a different room, and chose a different camera, and got a different light setup and all the rest. Okay. So now I'm pretty sure you can hear the Switch in the background, and our audio was a little bit low in the first couple of live streams, so hopefully you can hear Link running around, enjoying himself, and hopefully you will enjoy along with him. Okay, so clearly the idea of the shrine is to get it to the top. Now this is one of these game logic moments where you sort of have to figure out what the game wants you to do. Because the obvious choice to me would be to try to hit that green circle at the top, the 3 circles together. But I don't think that's actually what we need to do. So I'm going to use Ultra Hand here, one of these special powers, and attach it to the balloon. Like this. Okay. And then I'm going to hop on, use this to power us. Oops. Yeah, baby, we're moving. How do you like us now? Uh-oh. Maybe not too well. Okay, that didn't work out. You get the idea, though. Let's try that again. Okay, the mistake I made is the placement of the candle. Come on, get on there, please. Alright. So I wanna... I just hold it. Okay. That worked! I'm just holding it. Uh-oh. Oh, don't die. Okay, I did also get some fairies. This is not working out how I planned. I'm embarrassing myself right now. Okay, I got this. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna use this one because it's already upright and I know I can shift, but why shift? Let's just do this. Come on, come on. Oh, come on, Link. You gotta be kidding me. Get out of here. So I know what you're gonna do. Fire and wood burns. It's not a good combination together. Come on. I'm hearing a background noise that sounds like maybe there's someone moving around in my house, which I know is not the case, but it is scaring me a little bit. Because obviously normal people are asleep right now, like my husband, and I'm the only one that's awake. Okay, it's the game. These are good headphones, because it's been tricking me. It sounds like there's like a clicking noise in the background. I don't know if you guys can hear that. There we go. Come on to me, baby. Oh, success. How do you like that? Success! Okay. Now. I gotta get off. Haha! That noise, if you're not familiar with The Legend of Zelda, means success. You did one thing they want you to do. Obviously, the other thing is not hitting that green circle because it'd be working by now. Alright, so now I'm going to use my other special power, which is Ascend, to make it to the next level. And interestingly, although Ultra Hand usually does not work at this distance, it does here. Okay. Alright. So the fact that these are here is a telltale sign that this is something they want us to do. Okay, so I'm going to use that same principle and the thing I just used, attach, and see if we can get some things going. How do you like me now? Alright. Now what? I thought this was over. You want me to do more stuff? Okay, let's see. Oops. Okay, so it looks like we're gonna need to get this ball up and over. We should be able to put it like right in the center. That should work. I've talked about this a little bit. Some of these controls are a little clumsy. We should be able to just stick this right in because the laws of physics do still, oh perfect, do still kind of work here. It seems, and I think we're going to use this, same principle. Like if I were to have had that ball on the outside, this entire balloon device would have tipped over, I'm certain of it. Huh? That is weird. It doesn't want me to move the... It is so strange. Okay, let me attach this to this. Fine. Now can I move this whole thing? Yes. That was weird. I could not pick up the ball without attaching it to the balloon device, even though it was sitting in there perfectly, and it would have worked otherwise. Under any other circumstance. Now I'm just gonna get... Oh, look at that. Huh. That's something. Okay, so, well, now I have questions. Let's do this one first. That makes sense. Let's get this guy up here. See what we need to do next. So, I'm using, like I was saying, this new camera setup, which allows you to have avatars. It's just super cool. Like, if I'm crying, I'm so sad. Isn't that cool? Oh no! Oh no! Do I have reason to cry? No! Alright. I may be a little bit stuck. Alright. So at least I didn't get run over. Look at that. It also has the Cyber Me, which I think is so cool. 'Cause that's kind of what we're doing here. It's like the Cyber Me is participating in all this. Check that out. Isn't that cool? I'm gonna play as this character for a while. Why not? A game within a game. A game character within a game. I'm cybered. Okay, so clearly we need to do something with this ball. It needs a placement somewhere. Hey, alright, so let's see if we can gingerly lay this down somewhere. Okay, that worked out nicely. Sure I wasn't taking up the screen. Alright, so I'm gonna bet that we're gonna need to put this ball in the small location, so I think we'll just go ahead and toss it. I think that should be sufficient. I might even be able to jump from this height. I'm gonna give it a go. I like living on the edge. Good. Alright, so one ball down. Success. So it looks like we can finish this shrine at this point if we want. We don't have to lift the other ball. I'm assuming the other ball will get us a good gift. A good chest would be my guess. Should we lift this ball? I think it would just be, if I had to guess, putting 2 of these balloon devices on a piece of wood and then putting the ball on top of that. And I think we're going to progress in the game. We can come back and do that if at some point we want to. I'll take my orb and move on. So we can start getting to the main quest. I'm going to head to the main quests. If you recall, we were supposed to be going to one of the villages, and I think Rito Village was the one that was mentioned first. So, and I can see the ability to fly, which is what happened in Breath of the Wild. Once you got to Rito Village and finished the Divine Beast there, and I'm sure there's some iteration of that. Now, here's another thing that's happening. So, my husband and I have been talking a great deal because he's playing this game about what's going on in the game. So it's been interesting. I'm learning a lot from him on this front. Let's check our stores to see what we have. These are entirely full. I think we're in good shape. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back and get a check-in because it's been a while since we were last playing the game. I'd also like, that's clearly a new off to the distance right in front of me where you see the 4 beams of light. That is a tower that we can try to unlock. I think that would be important too. And then maybe it would be smart for us to... I don't know if I've got any Hyrule Herb yet. A relic from the game. Oh, yes, I have. From a bygone game. Let's see if there are any other things around here we can pick up. Every time you're at a shrine, there's free stuff. So, make sure to get your free stuff. I can see myself as this avatar. And it's freaking me out a little bit. I might do one of my closings. I think I might do my closing today in this avatar, but I'm gonna switch back. It's just a little bit. It's weirding me out. Okay, back to normal. I'm in a playful mood, so you'll have to forgive me today. I don't know what's up. When you stand by dogs, like if this dog is following me, they're supposed to take you to stuff. I've never had that happen, and I have never been able to figure out how to activate that. But if you just stand by them, they'll like you and can be helpful. So they'll only stand for a while. Let's see what he's got to say. It's Kato from Kariko Village in Breath of the Wild. Oh, so we've discovered Impa. So this is an important story note. So I'm glad we did that. I believe she may have some useful information that relates to the search for Princess Zelda. Okay, good. That's what we're working on anyway. Impa and the geoglyphs. So let's head over and talk to Impa. And also, let's see if this activated a main quest or a side quest. So that's a main quest, Impa and the geoglyphs. Oops. I could have gotten that guy. If you want to sneak up on a bug or a butterfly or a fairy, you have to creep, which is pressing the left toggle down and walking towards it. It took me a while to figure that out. I don't know why. Let's see Impa. I wonder how she's looking. She's looking good for a 120-year-old.
Oh. Oh.
Geoglyphs. So I'm just going to summarize this. Kato, he says the Impa is telling us that Kato is traveling from region to region in hopes of seeing the geoglyphs. And she's telling us to go to high ground to see them, which is a common theme in the game. Obviously, we need to get up high. She took a balloon, so that's probably why we just completed that nearby challenge at the shrine, so we know how to use balloons. Apparently the balloon was destroyed, so we have to figure that out. So here is a portion of the balloon. This is a cool thing. You see Impa's profile's been added. In your, the same place you pull up your map and album, now along with adventure log, map, and album, you now have these character profiles, which is kind of cool, you know, just to know about them. I'm not sure how necessary it is, but I think maybe it's a way to try to advance the story. So we basically, I think, need to use the exact same process to get in the balloon, and I suspect that, well, okay, it's not hot yet. There's no fire, so it won't fly away on us. Just gonna straighten her out. Get her nice and straight. And attach. Perfect. And it gave us a little help anyway. Alright, I think we're gonna need, since we don't have any of the large candles, let's drop a weapon. Oh no, we don't need to drop a weapon. We're gonna take that weapon, pull it out, light it up, and get on here and go to the top. There we go. Perfect.
Huh?
Oh, I forgot her.
Oh.
So, I'm actually confused about what she wants. So, she wants us to go straight up, but how do I bring her with her? Do I use Ultra Hand?
Ah.
I don't know how to take you, Impa. Overall, I think the level of difficulty of this game is higher. I will say that.
Yeah.
Try to move us straight upward without going in other directions. Okay, I am gonna try. Nope, Ultra Hand doesn't work. So how do I move them up? Oh, maybe I can. Let's see. What? I don't get it. Okay, so maybe she wants us to move this over here. That's just very confusing. Okay, I'm hearing that noise again. I'm taking this off. 'Cause I'm freaking myself out. That's what happens when you try to stream live at 3:30 in the morning. I'm honestly not sure what Info wants us to do. Oh, maybe she wants us to take this and just put it on top of here, maybe? I don't know. It's not catching fire, so that's good. She won't let me talk to her. Oh yeah, she will. Thank you, Leek. Will you come with me to look at the geoclip? Sure. Time to head out then. Ah, I didn't forget. Would you mind doing one final thing for me? Light a fire there, the balloon will start to float. Then we can both be on our way. So it was just that I hadn't started the quest. I needed to talk to her again after fixing the balloon. Come on, Legends. That's weak. That's that game logic that doesn't make any sense, really. There's a lot of that. There is a lot of that in this game. She says she feels faint up here. I don't know if people want to hear these me read these out, or if they're just reading them too. She says, you know, I read something in the village's old literature, a passage about what the ancients called dragon's tears. That sounds interesting. Where the tears rest upon the earth, we mark down the images to which they gave birth. So this is a geoglyph. I was wondering about this when I was flying in the sky. These images that you can see from up high. So these are the tears. Where can I figure out what dragon's tears mean? Interesting.
Yeah. Oh.
Okay, well, the dragon's tears. So, my guess, from this height even, you can see on the right. I just want to see if the info was still up there, out of curiosity. You can see on the right that it almost looks like there's an indentation near the dragon eye. I'm assuming tears have something to do with the eyes. So, I'm gonna go for that. Let's see if this is something. Yeah. That was a good guess. If I don't say so myself.
What? Oh, dear.
This is definitely an important part of the story.
Where am I? We didn't mean to startle you. I'm sorry. It's okay. My name is Sonia.
And could we ask what your name is?
I am the daughter of King Rome of Hyrule, Zelda.
What an unexpected answer. We are the king and queen who founded Hyrule, after all. Or at least we were the last time I checked.
You two founded Hyrule? And you're the king?
My name is Rauru. King Rauru of Hyrule.
King Rauru?
Okay, I'm taping this at 12:15, exactly 12:15 on June 6th, which... Someone was responding to something I wrote on social. I was checking it out while we were listening to this incredibly entrancing part of the story, which I will undoubtedly go back and relive at a later date at my leisure. I'm weird about stories. I wonder if people out there like stories. I think I'm going to revisit this Dead Deal too, talking about that, because where am I? Yes. So now it's in my memory, so I can go back and at my leisure check that out. So we're going to be looking clearly for these Tears of the Dragon. These geoglyphs, allegedly. Hieroglyphs on the ground.
Oh.
The geoglyphs, the literature of the Dragon's Tears, are now a vision of the lost princess. What if these are all connected? I'm gonna say yes. They are. Okay. Let's continue to examine the geoglyphs. They may contain further clues that lead to Princess Zelda. The Forgotten Temple. So now we need to also find the Forgotten Temple, which is beneath a canyon in Hebra. Okay, so we're supposed to go to Hebra. I'm going to check my adventure log and see what they want. Okay, you found one of the mysterious... Just kind of summarize. Without the drama. Oh, that's real tricky. Okay, there we go. You found one of the mysterious Dragon's Tears within a geoglyph and received a vision about Princess Zelda by investigating it. Ava thinks that the mystery of the geoglyphs might contain or connect to something that's inside the Forgotten Temple. It's located somewhere along the bottom of a canyon in Hebra. Well, my plan was originally to go to Rito. Oh, and that is in Hebra too. Okay, that makes sense. I'm digging it. I'm digging it. So I see let's see, we've been streaming for 37 minutes. We're here, so I'm gonna activate this tower. It only makes sense. And we want to head this direction anyway. So I think that should illuminate most of Hebra. We'll do that, and then I think set out a course towards Hebra. Let's see if I can take on these bad guys also. I don't have a boss bad guy, so I bet you I can. Got some minerals up there. I can take out the dude at the top. Oh no. That did not go as planned. There we go. Oh my goodness! Woo! Didn't expect that. Oh boy. He's for sure. Like that dynamite balloon canyon thing plus the what am I even saying? I don't even know. There it is. That's exactly what I was looking at, but I knew it was going to be a problem. Plus those fire things, that's just awful. Let's see if we can get up there. No, you can't climb it? What? Oh wait, but we can use this. Well, let's get him to do it again. Oops. I want the stuff that's in there before it's blown to pieces. Let's grab it. Good. And let him come towards us. You know what? Now I think you can actually attach these to, I think you can with your fuse. I think you can attach. This is going rather clumsily. Alright, that's not what we want, buddy. eat something so I don't die here. I'm certain you confuse this to the edge of it. I think you can. Oh shoot. Just killing myself left and right. Alright, at least this time. There we go. Woo! Okay. Yes, die. Are you serious? This is clumsy fighting on my part. Alright. Well, good news is all the individual bad guys are not successful at all. Alright, one thing to note, and I've said this before, I'm going to say it again, save often, so, because you're going to need to. Alright. Uh-oh. I was getting a note from, YouTube that the bitrate's a little low. So I'm actually going to pause this for a second and just fiddle with that bitrate. Just to be sure that we're all good. Okay. I think this is coming from our camera. Let's set our bitrate really low from Elgato. This is my new cam. Epoch cam. Hopefully that'll solve the issue. Make sure our internet is strong. Yeah, we're good. Okay. Alright, back to the game. So I'm going to use a similar strategy. Get these. Oops. Come on. Come on. Alright. One bad guy down. Okay. Did I kill my... At least I got one bundle. That's something. Combat is harder in this game. My husband and I agree. And he's been playing it much more routinely than I have. And yeah, the combat is not all that. It's not as intuitive as it once was. Let's grab one of these and pull back some. I swore you could, like, I think actually, you know what I can do? I think maybe I can put these on a weapon. I'm gonna use fuse. Okay, now let's see if I can throw this at these guys and end them. Come on. Not as helpful as I thought. That worked. Did he hurt himself? Yeah. Alright, let's get up there. Okay. Now, I wonder if this is the mechanism for killing him. Progress. This is 21. Pretty good fuse. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Wow. that out. My goodness. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm actually, it makes sense for me to just go ahead and grab one of these fire fruit jams, cancel, hold, and see if I can like, oh, that didn't work. I might have to fuse it to use it. 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 Yeah. Get this thing lit. Yeah. Oh man. Oh, okay. What was I just saying? That you need to save this game often. And did I save? No, I did not. Oh my goodness. Alright, so we're back to Impa. So this time, I'm not sure if you can save in the midst of a battle. I'm actually pretty confident you cannot. So it's pretty much the same. But now that I've started, I just have a personality that yearns to make it happen. So this time, I'm going to keep my distance. I'm going to get my stick out. Some stick. Okay, and I'm going to fuse that bad boy right now. Nope. Okay, get that fused. Get out of the way. Bring him down. Try to anyway. That work? No, but I can get up there. Okay. Oops. We're cooking with grease now. Get out of here. I just need him on the ground. Ugh. Let me eat something so he doesn't kill me. Clearly I'm out of fairies. Looks like he... Oh, he will shake you off. Even when you're fighting the bad guys. Well, I'm whole again, so you can try to defeat me all you want. No, you're not gonna kill me. Oh. Alright, so maybe you are. Okay, he's dead. Okay, so we're back to that good spot. So we thought. No! No! We're gonna defeat. You know what we're gonna do? I know what our path is going to be. We're going to head towards Hebra because that's what at least 2 quests have said we should do. So I think what I'm going to do, I know what I'm going to do, is I am going to, I'm gonna defeat this bad guy and then call it a night for tonight. And then the next thing I'm going to do in the next segment is head to the tower and then head on to Hebra. I'll make a note of it so that I know exactly what to do. Then we're going to conclude this discussion regarding what the CBO says about our spending and projections for Medicare and Medicaid, veterans benefits, all very important things, but still, you know, difficult to manage monetarily nonetheless. It will account for substantial and overwhelming majority of our budget. It's entitlements. Alright. These guys are incredibly accurate. Combat is for sure more difficult. Maybe that was a complaint they got this last time, but like 10-year-olds play this game. Like, I think maybe the idea is that as time goes on, maybe people just, like the kids who were 10 playing Breath of the Wild are 15 now. I think it's been 5 years. So they would be a lot better at playing. Better hand-eye coordination. They've played probably a lot more video games. Okay, look, we're being way more efficient. So I think that's kind of the idea. No! You gotta really be careful with this guy. I could use, like, some defense. He's tough. Alright, this is gonna be my strategy. So let me get a tougher bow. I'm gonna fuse a bomb arrow in the air. But first, I'm gonna fuse one of these guys to get up. No. I just need some grass. He's really following me. Yeah, there we go. That's what we need. Okay, so now let's try a bomb arrow. No, 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 no. Oh, too late. So then we can get another. Good, we can get a twofer. There we go. What if we put a campfire down? Let's do that. I think I can do that. Oh, I didn't die. I've had enough of this guy. Let's get our biggest, baddest weapon. You cannot switch weapons in the midst of a swing, which I find to be a little annoying, but whatever. Alright, so let's get off this guy. Woo! Good job! Good job. Yes, I'm giving myself credit. Alright, now, we're gonna do that same thing that worked for us. Oh. My controls, man, I'm just... It's not natural anymore. Okay, toss. Let's get that going. I think he's slow and clumsy. Otherwise we'd be in trouble. Uh-oh. Alright, we're gonna get some food in us. I think we might have some, like, strength improving food. Bolstering? No, we do not.
Money in our treasury.
What is going on? My devices are wiling out over here. Yeesh. Okay. We gotta be in the grass if we want the lift. Well, that can't hurt. We could run fast. I think I could use that. Yes. There we go. It's exactly what we need to take us to the next level. We're close. Alright, we're gonna let this... go. Get him, Link. Get him. Get him. Get him. We just need one. No, we need more than one. That's okay. We're gonna do it again. Is it seriously raining? Alright, we're getting back on this guy. Oh, good job, Hill. I will not be defeated Come on. What you got for me, big boy? See, did I deploy that bomb yet? I don't know. Yeah, I did. That's okay. I could use this one. Let's see if that gives me any extra power. Okay. Something. Alright, let's see if maybe we can just get another. I think sometimes when I get frustrated, it's because these guys were, I mean, not a problem for me at all in the last game, but obviously different times, you know. Get out of the way. Let's try again. Come on, Link, get your speed back up, buddy. No, okay. Woo. Use one of these. Oh, we might be hitting it. Okay, he's gonna just regenerate his strength, regain his strength while that guy's down on his bum. I'm beating this guy. I'm not ending the stream until he is a pile of amber, possibly diamonds, sapphires, and rubies that I can collect and remember my foe while I spend the parts of his beautiful body. Alright, let me sneak up. I'm gonna just sneak. Nope, there's no one there. Nope, no one there. I disappeared, you can't see me. Huh. If I can get him through here. It'd be great if I could. I don't think so. Let me expose myself and get that guy on the top. Ooh. Okay. Nope, no one's there. The aim is strange. Ugh. He's gonna break that for me. Certain of it, so let's let him come here. Break that, we'll get up. Kill that other guy. Yeah, we can come down here. Yep. Wowzer! Taking it back to 1949. There we go. Hey, like that, a combined move. Now let me get this stick. He's going down. There you go, buddy. Okay, now while he's going down, we can switch. This is something I totally forgot from the last time. Let's hit him a couple more times. Come on, hit him. One. So close. Ha ha ha! What did I tell you? And that's how it's done. Now let's see what we can collect. Look at this. This looks exciting. Oh, I can't pick it up, so I'm gonna have to fuse it to something. So let me collect all of these various and sundry items. I'm glad we did this. It was a big confidence boost. I wasn't certain how this was gonna go. I've blown myself up many a times with these barrels, explosive barrels, and so I would recommend handling very gingerly just during combat. Killed myself a little bit. Killed myself a lot of it. Let's put these nice guys over here. Get out! Go, Link! Don't kill yourself! You're just talking to everybody about how you often kill yourself. I.e. Hilary, through you. That's something. That's just a mess. Now, I'm shocked that when these wooden boxes were destroyed with fire, that the arrows weren't also destroyed, because that typically happens. I was just explaining to you that you should not try to move those without extreme care. And look, I killed myself. I think that's the best individual weapon that I've obtained so far, this 12. So, first let's see if it's a short swing or a long swing. So that's a short swing, so that's good. Now, the thing about fusing is once you fuse something, it's done. I'm gonna drop this guy and see if these are better. A little bit. Let's see. How's this one? Same. So, what do we want to fuse this to? Because I want to be very strategic about this. Now, if I fuse it, I don't know how long it's going to last. If I fuse it to this, I could have a very powerful fast swing weapon, and I don't have very many of those. So, that's what I'm going to do. And because this game has strange ways of telling you what it wants you to do, I'm going to assume that that's probably what they think is a smart move here. So, fuse has already been used. Well, never mind. I was wrong. $13. That's not bad. 16. That is not bad. I'm kind of having fun. I kind of want to keep going, but I know that's would be very irresponsible of me, seeing as how I have things that I need to do, a ton of things that I need to do all the time. So it's probably smarter for me to transition to what I know I should do, which is wrap up. These frond leaves are I'm still trying to figure out the rules of the game, because some things that you fuse you can store, and some things that you fuse you can't. Like this, whatever this is, a stone talus heart, you can't store, but you can fuse. These Korok fronds you can store and fuse. So I wonder if there's any rhyme or reason to what you can keep and what you can't. Well, that's going to be our next thing. I'm going to just set us up in that direction for that. And I bet you that's going to be exactly what we need for Hebra to activate Hebra, and then head on over to Rito and Hebra for the next two items. All right. 4 o'clock in the morning. How about that? I'm serious about that. I'm you know, there's got to be somebody who enjoys talking about the budget and playing The Legend of Zelda. I have to believe that. So to coordinate, to coincide with the way I'm feeling, I'm gonna put myself into Cyber Me. Just because it's kind of neat. She's just so cool. A little weird looking, but I'm okay with that. The one thing that's strange about Epoch Canvas, you have to really adjust like the picture levels, like that I find strange. But like the saturation, the contrast, the brightness, I always find that it's like kind of off. And it could be because I'm going through OBS. That's just a side note. All right, well, this is very pleasing background music for us to conclude our discussion about the obvious, which is where things stand on the debt front. Which is not great. Because again, we're looking at close to $50 trillion very, very soon. $50 trillion, isn't that crazy? In debt in the next decade. And the people who will have to pay, you know exactly who it is. Us. Taxpayers. Because as inflation continues to rise, we are not seeing wages keep up at all. So just going back to a couple of the things that I had mentioned, we're now looking at close to, as I mentioned, $50 trillion that we will have in debt. Social Security costs are expected to go up by 70%, close to 70% by 2032. Americans 65 and up will be close to 47% of the U.S. population. Right now, it's about 34% of the United States population. So we are looking at a substantial increase in the number of people over 65 years old who will be retiring and or retired and will need to take advantage of Social Security and Medicare. Just a reminder, too, that Social Security and Medicare are likely going to run out of money very, very soon. They're heading towards insolvency in the next decade. Another thing that the CBO has predicted. The budget this year was about $6.4 trillion. Just take that into consideration. When in 2015, 16, 17, 18, 19, we were running between $4 and $5 trillion budgets. So that pandemic level spending of allocated, I think, close to $7 trillion in 2020, all said and done. Even at the outset, I think we spent way more than that. But $7 trillion became the norm. So you can see how the pandemic and this guise of pandemic level spending led to a new precedent that the president is able to now fulfill, asking for $6.8 trillion for the next fiscal year. And the deal was supposed to be that spending would be capped this year through the rest of 2023. That's the discretionary spending that doesn't have to deal with the defense budget. So if we have some big defense spending that we need to engage in, that number could be much, much larger than the predicted figures. But the estimates are right now, according to this deal, this alleged deal between Republicans and Democrats, spending that is non-defense and discretionary will be capped through 2023, and then come 2024 we should only see a 1% increase in spending, yeah, I mean, that sounds good, right? Which should save us $1.3 trillion, as I said at the outset. But the problem is that we're going to spend a ton, about that amount when it comes to the interest payments that we have. I'm starting to get to that point where I'm hitting a wall, yeah, I mean, we have to think about defense, veterans, and all the entitlements. And I know a lot of people don't like that word. This isn't entitlement. This is what people worked for. I get it. It's just that it's a part of our budget that we can't always control because we're trying to predict how many people are going to age into the system, and that is not always very easy to do. So when you look at where things are going, consider this too. The programs, the two major programs, Medicare and Social Security, they account for something like 37% of our current budget, and the current federal spending that's going out of pocket. That's just those two. So that's not all of the entitlements. It's incredibly substantial, and it's a problem. So what is the solution? A lot of people have said it's to take a look at Medicare and Medicaid. I think a lot of people, me included, believe that we should support our veterans. That's very important. And I don't want to see cuts in services to people who served our country bravely to keep us free. I don't want to see that. I understand people have worked all their lives. I don't want to see them have any cuts to their Medicare or their Social Security. I get why people are very concerned about that. It's just that we have to take a look. And some people say, well, a big place we could cut would be defense spending. But remember again what we're talking about. $5.2 trillion, just going back to that 2022 budget. $5.2 trillion was the mandatory spending. So all the entitlements and everything else that we had to spend in 2020. The discretionary spending totaled about $1.8 trillion that year, $1.6 trillion of discretionary spending. Half of that discretionary spending would have been the defense budget. So that's $800 billion. $800 billion compared to half of $5.2 trillion. Just do the math. Even if you were to eliminate the entire defense budget, which we could never do, and would be completely unreasonable and ridiculous to do, because we have to have some sort of defense budget. If that were just to go away, we still wouldn't even be touching the amount that mandatory spending accounts for. Something to keep in mind. Anyway, I've enjoyed being this character. I'm going to switch back. There's a couple of other really cool characters that you can become here. Like this anime person. That kind of neat. That doesn't work with my bun. But I think I'm enjoying that a little too much. I was smiling there and I could not figure out what's going on. Anyway, I've so enjoyed this one. This was like a lot of fun for me. I gotta get back to doing this more often. But I'm hoping that I can bring you some additional content here in this YouTube space, because it's just fun to kind of rant and rave, not just in the live streams, but like I said, I want to talk about a bunch of things. I mean, I wasn't kidding when I said that I'd like to talk about semaglutide, these injectables that work on your brain to make you feel less hungry and also make your gut empty slower. Is this a revolution? Is it just a quick fix? We know a lot of celebrities are on it. Elon Musk talked about a little bit of, I think he either said Ozempic or Wegovy, I don't remember which one he said, but they're both semaglutide, and some fasting. And then everyone went out and got Ozempic, which people with diabetes do need it. It's supposed to also be good for your cardiovascular system as well, allegedly. And the issue of thyroid cancer, when I was talking to an endocrinologist about it, I found really interesting. There's always this risk of medullary thyroid cancer, allegedly, if you're taking semaglutide or anything, or liraglutide, or any of the GLP-1 agonists. And he said, this endocrinologist I was talking to, said that, it's not really a concern for most people, because the studies that were done weren't done in humans. They were done in rats that found that there could be this issue of increased thyroid cancer. And the degree to which the animals got the thyroid disease was apparently not at a very high rate, and they were getting much higher doses based on their body weight than humans get, even with the Wegovy dose, which is a larger dose than the Ozempic dose. Anyway, that's a little side note, but just having fun, embracing our dilettante nature, because I think we all have it. And I thought to myself, I was like, there's so many random things over the course of years that I've just engaged in, like spent 100 hours delving into, like semaglutide. I got on this really huge kick with fasting, and there's this doctor who I'm hoping will, and I think he was down with doing an interview. I just got to get kind of all this stuff set up to do here, but down with doing an interview about these injectables, and whether he thinks that they're a good idea for people or not. He's a big proponent of fasting, and not just intermittent fasting and the keto-like diets and how those kind of work hand in hand, which, you know, if you think about it, they really do, because it's like you're eating dietary fat and you're eating your body fat. I mean, that's literally when you fast, going into ketosis, you're instead of eating carbohydrates, instead of eating sugars, your body, the energy that it's using, I'm using kind of loosely, but you're using fat energy, energy from your fat cells. And when you're eating fat, taking it in, it's similar. So it's easy for your body to switch between the dietary fat and the fat that's stored, the extra adipose tissue that's on you, which for a lot of us, keeping it real, you know, we want to reduce that adipose tissue. So I did a full fast, not like juice fast or anything, like a non-caloric fast for 9 days. And I did blood work after that in what's called a DEXA full body scan, which is like apparently one of the most effective ways to evaluate like your visceral fat, which is the fat around your organs. And so I just like get really involved in like deeply engaged in topics. And I thought, you know, I should just randomly touch on some of these things. And I have so many random interests. I think also I'm going to take a trip to see Sister Wilhelmina. I was raised in although we're not Catholic, I went to Catholic school, and I don't see a lot of differences between Catholicism and you know, obviously at different sects of Christianity. There are some transubstantiation, for example, but you know, in general, I think the faiths have, the sects have a lot of similarities, and you know, the primary belief in Christ and his resurrection is the center of the religion. And so I want to see this Sister Wilhelmina, out of Missouri near Kansas City, who was buried in 2019 without any embalming and just a wood box. And she is considered to be a possible case of incorruptibility, where a body comes out of the ground and, you know, in an unexplained way has barely decomposed. So just random things. I'm super interested. I think I did a video here, just a brief thing on postmodernism, but very interested in that and how it affects a lot of the ideologies that have become prominent. Intersectionality, for example, a couple of others which I will not name because I don't want to get into things that are too controversial right now. But just, you know, gosh, so many topics. So many topics. I think I've ranted long enough. Anyway, appreciate you joining me. I'm going to sign off, and I'll be back when I'm back. Hopefully at a reasonable hour next time.